Spanning from 1997 to 2012, the initial Men in Black trilogy brought to theaters a wildly different kind of film by blending the science fiction, buddy cop, and comedy genres into a cohesive and entertaining story. Starring Tommy Lee Jones and Will Smith as agents in a secret government organization that polices alien activity on Earth, it explored the conspiracy theories surrounding extraterrestrial life in a way that amused moviegoers while making them question their conception of reality. There is a fourth film, Men in Black International, featuring Chris Hemsworth and Tessa Thompson instead of Jones and Smith, but I haven't seen it and don't plan to anytime soon, so it will be left out of this review. Now, with that intro out of the way, the review commence. The first Men in Black is worth checking out for any moviegoer, and especially for lovers of the sci-fi genre. Men in Black is a fun movie. It is creative and witty, with exciting action scenes and likable characters played by well-cast actors. The film centers around old-timer Agent K and his apprentice, the newly recruited Agent J. When an alien terrorist attempts to ignite a chain of events that will result in the Earth's destruction, K is forced to use the full extent of his experience, while the unprepared J must rise to the occasion. A movie revolving around aliens needs good aliens, and Men in Black delivers. The film seems to have an endless supply of creatively designed creatures that range from comical to formidable to charming to grotesque. Despite this variety, they share an overall stylistic tone which makes them all look like they belong in the same universe. While an alien movie specifically needs good aliens, any movie needs good characters. Fortunately for Men in Black, its characters exceed the aliens. Tommy Lee Jones and Will Smith are superb in their roles as agents K and J, whether they're acting separately or together. K is a veteran agent who is so used to bizarre situations that he has become tired of them. J, on the other hand, is brand new to the organization and entirely out of his element. They are on opposite ends of their careers, and this contrast makes them simultaneously compelling and amusing to watch. These great protagonists are supported by a solid cast of strange and memorable characters. The most striking of these is the villain, a giant cockroach hiding in a disguise of human skin. The way he attempts, and fails, to blend in with society is an appropriate balance of comical and unnerving. The film's weakest point is the female love interest, the mortician who is unknowingly placed in the center of a galactic conflict. She isn't a terrible character, just generic and disinteresting. This is made much worse by the fact that the film acts like she is far more compelling than she is. The conclusion tries to set her up to replace Agent K as a main protagonist, a laughably terrible idea, which the sequel promptly undoes. A key element of Men in Black is its humor. Nearly every scene of the film has some sort of a joke, and the majority of them land. The primary sources of humor are the dynamic between K and J and their interactions with the creatures they encounter. K is unfazed by every situation and almost seems bored much of the time. His dry personality perfectly complements Jay's constant wisecracks and his perpetual astonishment at the new world he has entered. Men in Black makes the impressive accomplishment of simultaneously being goofy and cool, and this is what makes it endearing. This combination persists throughout every level of the film. Some of the aliens have absolutely ridiculous designs, while others are legitimately awesome. The gadgets and weapons used by the MIB are intriguing and inventive, yet often absurd. The action scenes are exciting and fist pumping, and filled with physical gags and cartoonish moments. This cool, goofy combination is fully embodied by Agents K and J. As funny as K's callous responses to insane situations are, the viewer respects him for how professional and skilled he is. Jay's bewilderment at every bizarre experience is hilarious to watch, but it is also admirable how his bravery, creative thinking, and sense of humor compensate for his disadvantages. Men in Black is simply a fun movie. It has an intriguing premise, solid action, funny humor, and excellent characters. If you only see one of these movies, see this one. If you're a fan of its predecessor, you'll probably enjoy Men in Black 2, although certainly not as much. Men in Black 2 continues the adventures of Agents J and K as they track down an alien terrorist in human disguise plotting the destruction of Earth. If that sounds repetitive, that's because it is. The whole film is an extremely redundant and unoriginal follow-up. I don't have a lot to say about this movie, because there isn't much to it. The filmmakers understood what people liked about the first Men in Black, and thankfully brought back Tommy Lee Jones instead of letting Agent K enjoy his retirement. This understanding of the first film's merits is also the sequel's downfall, as it results in a movie that is little more than, hey, Remember this scene you liked from the last movie? Well, here it is again. It's a stale viewing experience. The best part of the movie is its reversal of the dynamic between Agents K and J. K has lost his memory, making J the expert, who has to introduce him to the world of the Men in Black. This switch makes for a fun subplot, but even so, much of it is predictable, as it, like the rest of the film, follows many of the same beats and gags as the first movie. Men in Black 2 is a disappointingly uncreative sequel to a highly original film. Still, if all you want is to see more of Tommy Lee Jones and Will Smith fighting aliens, it's here. Men in Black 3 is a must see for fans of the first movie. Men in Black 3 is everything the second film wasn't. It recaptures the appeal of the original film while bringing in new and refreshing ideas of its own. It is a superb sequel. A dangerous alien criminal who was arrested by Agent K in the 1960s escapes his prison and steals a time machine, which he uses to assassinate K in the past, making way for an extraterrestrial invasion. This leaves the fate of Earth in the hands of Agent J, who uses the time machine himself with the hope of saving K and his planet. Men in Black 3's strongest aspect is its originality. Unlike the previous film, it is filled with new aliens, characters, gadgets, jokes, and action sequences. These additions are of the same inventive quality of the first movie and retain the character and style of Men in Black. The movie's plot poses one massive problem, however. Agent K is erased from history in the first act, and for nearly the whole rest of the film is shown as a young man and played by an actor other than Tommy Lee Jones. This decision on the part of the filmmakers has disastrous, movie ruining potential. But, in a miracle of cinema, Josh Brolin was cast as the young K. His impersonation of Jones is so authentic you forget he's a different actor. This brilliant casting changes the time travel plotline from the film's undoing to an interesting and enjoyable addition to the Men in Black story. As mentioned previously, Men in Black 3 introduces a lot of new characters, with the most notable of them being an alien named Griffin and the main antagonist, Boris the Animal. Griffin is the last surviving member of a species capable of seeing every possible outcome of every situation. It's an intriguing concept, and the film makes full use of it. Boris, at first, isn't a particularly compelling villain. He looks weird and acts weird. This changes about an hour and 12 minutes into the movie when he meets his past self and the two nearly get into a fight. It is a great, funny scene, and from that point onward, Boris shifts into a highly entertaining villain with an over the top personality. As enjoyable as Men in Black 3 is, it is hindered by a large problem not faced by either of its predecessors: time travel plot holes. It seems to be a law of nature that stories with time travel are guaranteed to have plot holes, and this film is no exception. If you put any serious thought into any of the logistics and rules of the time travel device used in Men in Black 3, the entire story will fall apart. This is a glaring fault, but if the viewer is willing to overlook it, the rest of the film is a highly rewarding watch. Men in Black 3 ended the saga of Agents K and J on a high note. Its interesting storyline and creative expansion of the Men in Black universe, along with the inclusion of Josh Brolin, make for a much needed correction from the stale second film. Although it's not a perfect movie, its strong qualities certainly redeem its failings. In fact, Men in Black 3 is my personal favorite of the series. The first three Men in Black films are great escapist fun. They don't take themselves seriously, but still allow their characters and conflicts to be legitimately cool and intriguing. Although there has been no official proof of alien life, these films are a good reminder to keep looking, keep watching the skies.